Hey internet family, Charis here, and I'm coming to you from the city of Angels, Los Angeles. It's packing day. I'm packing to go up to the island for 2 months starting around the solstice this weekend and then ending up there in February, like last year. So thoughts on the holidays that I've been wanting to get through to you guys, and then just today I've been getting these funny Christ activations. I'm like, okay, it's definitely time to share it. Go ahead and do it, make the video. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. I know that sometimes bugs you guys, but I'm just holding this camera as I'm running away from the task that I'm doing to come check in with you, and then I'm gonna get back to it. Okay, the holiday season, first off. Yay, holiday season is here. Yay, Christmas spirit. I was raised Jehovah's Witness until I was 12, so when I was a child, my family did not subscribe to things like Christmas presents and Santa Claus or birthdays or holidays, really, just about any sort. So the celebrations of these things is something that I've come to understand and appreciate in adulthood. So regardless of what religion you subscribe to, there are certain things that are just true for humans marking the turn of the year, like celebrating your bounty in the autumn season, like having certain rituals as the year ends and the other one begins that say goodbye to what has been, say hello to what's coming, celebrate certain things, and celebrate nature in certain ways. Speaking of, first one, Christmas tree. Please, if it's possible, consider the idea of getting if you like real trees. If you have artificial tree, that's kind of a different subject, but if you like real trees, please consider the possibility of getting a potted live tree that's meant to be some type of adornment. Maybe it might not be so huge, or it might, and having it inside and decorating it and then taking the decorations off and keeping it as a houseplant, or maybe placing it outside as part of your landscaping or something after the holiday season is over. When I drive by these Christmas tree lots and I see all these Christmas trees there, they're standing proud, and they're cool with doing it. This has been a long-term thing with me. They're cool with doing it. They're like, yes, we'll sacrifice our lives to make a family happy for a month. I think I would rather live in a world where we had live trees, or we just hung garlands and stuff. We didn't have to kill beings in order to celebrate our traditions. Kind of the same as in Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving. And I've been vegetarian now for 10 years, sometimes as extreme as raw vegan, sometimes vegetarian. Depends on what my body's asking for and what my world's telling me. But I haven't eaten things with beating heart for 10 years now. And I was in in spring it will be 10 years. And I was in the grocery store coming up to Thanksgiving, and I saw the cooler with all the turkeys, all the white plastic shrink-wrapped turkeys all in a row. And for a moment, my mind's eye glitched, and I saw it as if they were actual turkeys. I mean, living turkeys, not beheaded, not plucked, but standing there all in rows. And I thought to myself, that's a lot of turkeys. It's like a whole huge flock in every single grocery store. Wow, the killing of the turkeys, I know some people will not feel that at all, and that's okay. These are thoughts that I have, and I'm definitely not here to convince anyone, but I know enough of you, and I can feel enough of you that there's going to be some of you out there being like, yeah, I feel the same way, so this is solidarity in that. And also just desire to shift it, because I love feasting, and I always have loved feasting, and I will always love feasting, and I don't need to eat the flesh of animals to feel great about it and have lots of energy and all these things. So that was one. The Christmas trees, yes. Consider getting a live Christmas tree, decorating it, not needing it to die, because I used to love getting Christmas trees, and yes, I would even burn them in the fireplace afterward, and it would be this whole ritual. But the energy of this thing, exuding all the love it can, just slowly dying in your living room over the course of a month, it gets to me. It did. It gets to me. And it got to me when I did it. So my sister actually bought her first Christmas tree this year with the new baby, and it's just a little rosemary plant, and it's about a few feet tall, and I think it's the cutest, and it's going to end up being outside on her patio. So yeah, after me getting on my soapbox about that. So that's one thing. What else? Other things about holidays. I would love to, again, encourage you guys to make it less about the amount of stuff you get for each other and more about being a present that you put thought into, that perhaps you make yourself. Definitely thinking about the ecological effects of what we're doing now, and what this season, whatever the holiday you celebrate is, what it really means, and doing what it really means. I find that, for instance, this white sweatshirt I'm wearing, In the winter, I can't wear dark clothes that much because I put coconut oil on my skin after the shower every day for the past decade. And over time, in the wintertime, if I'm wearing, you know, a black tank top and black leggings and then laying in my white sheet, sleeping at night, the coconut oil dissolves the dye and it stains all the things around me, and the clothes stain each other. So in the winter, I like to wear white. And so I told my brother this, and he and my mom went out of their way and got this fabric and made me this super cozy white sweatshirt, and I'm going to cherish it all winter. He also sent me some cozy socks, which I'm going to cherish all winter. These kinds of things, because also being such a minimalist and a nomad, I can't have lots of things. So when I needed my upgrades to my wardrobe this winter, perfect time to ask family. I also just did a great Goodwill haul yesterday and spent something like $59 and got a bunch of amazing things that are going to be my winter staples this year on the island, and I'm stoked about that. Anyways, last thing, the Charis activation. Okay, so this has been really fascinating, and this is my own process. I'm not sure why I'm sharing it other than I feel like I should, so grain of salt, right? So I have always felt a large kinship to Christ. That's why when people ask me if Christ is kind of good with the things I do, especially with some of the lines of the Bible, not liking people who do magic and stuff, I'm always like, no, we're good. He's always been a good friend of mine. I've always felt very much like him. And a joke has been made that if I had been born a man, I'd probably look like Jesus. And that's been coming up lately. Very, very funny, because I definitely do feel this messiah part of myself wanting to, and also kind of the Moses part, like free my people, the mystics, the sensitives, the ones who hold the sacred knowledge. I feel like there's still shackles on us, on all of us, but especially on us, and we've been deleted from the history book, so even realizing what we are is a whole journey, much less than embodying that. So I feel very strong about figuring out a way for us to live in this world that everyone benefits and we can be who we are. And so I was thinking about Christmas, and even Zoroastrian, can't even say this, you know what I mean, Zoroastrian, you know what I'm saying, or if you don't, just Google what sounds kind of like that, and you will see it's sun gods, and also the ancient Celtic pagan, which was a spirituality that I learned very deeply in the beginning of my spiritual path as an adult, just how the divine masculine is born again at the shortest time of the sun. He's born again, and then he rises to his glory in the summer and then goes down in the winter again and is reborn. And I was thinking about how to tune into this year, and this very strong message came to allow this death process I've been going through, and I'm still in. I'm coming to you live from the death and rebirth process. Big transformation. I'm in the caterpillar goose stage right now. I don't exactly know what's going to happen, although I have pieces and suspicions and plans. But to allow that part of my death to come, which I like doing, and then the rebirth, have it be on whatever the Christmas time is. So for me, it would be the solstice, and also partially December 25th, because so much of the world believes it, and I can feel that kind of thing. Allow my inner divine masculine to be born as Christed consciousness, which thankfully many of our world religions now are realizing that Christ's return isn't going to be one dude coming down from the sky in a cloud chariot. It's the consciousness that he exemplified, he and others throughout human history, exemplified coming up through the people. This is to be a Christed planet. It already is a Christed planet, but realizing it more and more. And I thought that was really fun, because I like getting in touch with my inner masculine. There are pieces of me that are very masculine, but I also really love being a girl so much that having a project is going to be fun, and just check in with it, no pressure, but that's what's going on for me, what's going to be going on for me. I've also started writing a new book about the Valkyrie, which is a novel, which is really just an alternate dimension in my experience. I just kind of go over there and see what's going on and come back. So more on that. I'm trying to be gentle with it, not talk about it all that much, but it is happening. So that's what's happening here. Thoughts on holidays. Yay gifts, yay recycle things, use old scarves for wrapping paper, make things, be conscious about it, try not to be consumery, trying to get lost in the hustle and bustle, cancel your plans if you need to. I made a promise with me and my mentorship goddesses this end of the year that if at any time we have the option to sleep and our body wants to sleep, we will always take the sleep option. Resting, rejuvenating, aiming to focus more in 2020. All right, love you guys. Oh, also, my theme for now until 2020 is align, and my word for 2020 is focus. My word for 2019 was luscious, and for 2018 it was triumphant or triumph. So what's your word for 2020? We'd love to know. Leave in the comments. Bye guys.